I have to consider myself fortunate how I started it. Because when I finished my study, I decided for a short period to make a reflection about my knowledge and what I want to go in deeply. I remember that at that time I have studied in better way and more focused on Calatrava and Gaudi architecture. Then after I have a big opportunity because at that time I was something like 25 years old to be involved in the general urban development plan of my hometown in Albania, that is Elbasan. And there I laid the groundwork for the city's development over the next 13 years. And it's satisfying now to see occasionally the pieces of this puzzle that we have projected at that time conceptualized years ago and now it's coming out together. Then after I work in an architecture and engineering office, one of the best in Italy, with extensive experience, especially in complicated structural buildings. And this experience give me the possibility to think that structural elements can be revolved in architectural elements. And because, architects usually are afraid about structural elements, but if you have the mind flexibility to put them to work together, architecture and structure, it will be great and the building is very beautiful. And in the meantime, at this office, we work in very big infrastructural projects. So at that time, we connect better urban development, better infrastructure with better structure and better architecture. I think that the experience in this office is like second university in short time, with very good experts, because the structural engineers that we had in that office, one of the best in Europe. I'm not allowed to make names, but they're one of the best in Europe. Then after I came in Albania and came back in my country, and I founded my architectural office. Okay, in Albania, the work methods are really different from Europe. And here the problem is that architectural profession is not highly valued, because for the investors, when they think about architects, they need only some design for construction for me, and the other process will be other problems will be solved during construction process. This is because our investors are not educated, because a good project saves a lot of money. A good urban development increases the return of investment. And when you talk with investors in Albania about good architecture, and especially if you talk about urbanism or good urban development, these two things are utopia for them. They are not intellectually prepared to see or educated about good architecture and good urban development. But despite this, we have in our office, we point that we doesn't make compromises with the quality. If the investors came to us, he has to know that we take care about this project in the same method if there is my proper investments, because sometimes we do construction investments. So we focused on quality and for sure on the return of investment. If we see that this investment it's not good, I really say to the investors that this investment it's not good for you, but you have to decide if you want this or not.
Absolutely. Giving that honest advice is important, right?
I prefer to be honest, and I prefer to say bad things from the beginning. After we can find a solution, but for sure that the first thing that we make for project process is the critical point. This area have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 problematics. We can solve this, but the cost to solving this is, for example, X. you want to go ahead on this project or you want to change and to go in other projects. But we want to be transparent with our client because in our office we work with maximum five investors. We doesn't make too much publicity. We are not focused on making publicity, and we treat our investors like this investment is doing from us. Like we are spending our money and not their money.
Great.